Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is episode number 7 in my 30 videos in 30 days experiment. So thanks for joining me again. Today I'm going to answer another question from a commenter, and that commenter is Julian Elizondo, and he asked how I was enjoying the Supergirl series. So my wife and I are both watching the series, and I have to say we're really enjoying it. It's I think 3 episodes in, and it's already starting to kind of find its groove. You know, the pilot episode, and sometimes the first couple of episodes, sometimes even the first season can be a little weak as the characters try to find their groove. And this show is already kind of doing that, so that's good. But the biggest draw for me is the actress playing Supergirl. I think she is a perfect choice. She's energetic and spunky and funny and just kind of quirky. I really like the girl a lot. I think she does a really good job filling in that role. Some of the office drama I think is a little weak. I don't care for Callista Flockhart that much. She plays this super powerful boss, and it just seems a little forced and a little phony. I just don't care for that. Maybe that will work itself out as time goes on. So some of the office drama is kind of but, you know, the special effects are really good for a television show. I'm having fun watching her fight the villains and stuff. So yeah, so far so good. I really am enjoying it, and we'll see how this season plays out, and see if it gets picked up for a second season, and if that second season will be a little stronger. Now, I found myself falling away from the DC universe over the years. I was always a bigger fan of Marvel, even as a kid. My favorite superheroes were always Spider-Man and the Avengers, Captain America, that kind of stuff. However, I did love Batman, and I was a huge Batman and Detective Comics fan. They had great cartoon series back in the day. And so, yeah, that was the one DC character that I followed pretty closely. Superman, as a little kid, I loved him. I have pictures of me. Maybe I'll show one if I have the time to throw it in, of me in Superman outfits. I remember flying around the house in my cape and all that kind of stuff. And the Richard Donner films were great. The first two, Superman 1 and Superman 2 from the 70s. I guess they were in the 79, I'm thinking. I'm just guessing here. 78, 79. So those were great. And as a kid, I loved Superman. But, as far as reading the comics, never a big fan of the comics. It's hard to, I think, do a lot with that character because, he's like a god. He can't really be hurt. And as we've seen in the newer movies, it's the same scenario. You got to have a stick of kryptonite, and just kind of the same thing over and over. So I didn't know how this was going to play out. And I'm guessing they're tweaking some of the canon a little bit because she's getting beat up pretty good by some of these bad guys, and Superman can get shot with a missile and not get hurt. So how can a punch hurt you? So it just, that kind of thing always scratched my head at a lot as a kid. Like, how, if you can get shot with a machine gun, then what's the point of trying to punch him, kind of thing. And I haven't seen the Man of Steel. I have been wanting to see that. I know a lot of people didn't care for it, but said it was okay. So I did have a little bit of an interest in checking that out. Superman Returns was absolutely horrible in my opinion. It was just the boringest, stupidest movie ever. So many things about that movie I didn't like. But I think that was everybody kind of agreed with that. But the Man of Steel has kind of got a little bit of mixed reviews. I think mostly negative, but some people were like, it wasn't too bad. So not a huge Zack Snyder fan, and I'm I don't think this Superman Batman thing is going to be anything. It looks ridiculous to me. I mean, how can Batman fight Superman? Superman would just flick him out of the way and he's dead. I mean, the concept itself doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't even look that good. I mean, the trailer with Batman, it looks all CGI and he's all like not moving right. Got the big hulking armor suit on. I don't know. It might be good. Who knows? But it just doesn't look. I don't like the dark gritty. It just doesn't, like the Marvel series, the Avengers and all that stuff. They're doing it right. It's comic booky. It has the right feel. It's funny. They just found that perfect balance of reality and comic books and just put it together in the perfect blend to me. Not all the movies are great. There's a lot of stinkers. Iron Man 2 and 3 come to mind. I thought they were terrible, but the first Iron Man was just really good. I didn't see Ant-Man yet. I thought both the Avengers films were really good. The second one wasn't as good as the first. Yeah, Marvel as in general, I think is getting it right, and DC is really struggling. I didn't care for the Batman series. Batman Begins. I did like the second one. That's a hard movie not to like. That was so good. The one with the Joker. I mean, that was just really, really good. And then the third one, did not like it at all. So the first two, the first one and the third one, I thought were terrible. And I know a lot of people love that whole trilogy, but I don't get it. I don't think they did Batman right at all. The first one I remember seeing in the theater, and the first 45 minutes when he's training and stuff like that, I thought, this is going to be pretty good. Once he put the suit on, it just went downhill. Just did not feel right. So anyway, and Christian Bale just not. I mean, he's a good actor in a lot of things, but in Batman or as Bruce Wayne, I don't think he did a good job at all. So that's my thoughts on the DC comic book series, and I'm answering the question about Supergirl. I am liking it. It's fun to dive back into that universe that I haven't been into for such a long time. Although, as I said, there's a lot of problems with the Superman and Supergirl characters because it's hard to deal with their superpowers. It is fun watching them fly around. I mean, that's just so fun. I guess maybe it's just nostalgia because as a kid, I often fantasize about flying, and just seeing them flying through the city with their cape flapping in the background is just really cool to see that. So I'm having fun with it. I am enjoying it. It's not perfect. I also don't know why they changed some of the characters. Like Jimmy Olsen was always kind of this meek, kind of nerdy guy, and in this he's like some strapping, handsome, like hawking guy, and it's just, why would they change that? So that's kind of weird, but who knows? I mean, they often will change characters, and they will, kind of, stray from the canon stuff, but we'll see. Maybe he'll turn out to be a great character as he develops over time. So thanks so much for the question. I appreciate it, and again, thank you guys for watching my video and sticking with me with this project. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.